The Axial smoked LED turn signals that we have here today will be a sleek plug-and-play option for 04 to 14 owners who are looking to replace the broken or faded stocker with a smoke lens loaded with that modern LED lighting. Now, the Axial options here will be a plug-and-play direct swap kit that can be had for right around the $60 to $70 price point for the pair. So again, this is a small modification that will have a big impact for the owners and drivers of the 04 to 14 F-150s, who again are looking to replace the factory mirror-mounted signals with something that will not only look a lot cooler, but also function a lot better due to the modern and bright LEDs. Now, when your turn signals or hazards aren't in action on your F-150, the housings will kind of disappear thanks to that stealthy black smoke lens. Now, once the signals or hazards are fired up, well, that strip of amber LEDs inside here will cut through that dark smoke appearance far better than the stock signals equipped with a weak incandescent lighting. Now, that modern LED lighting is housed in a durable ABS plastic housing. And then of course you got a nice tight seal there to prevent any condensation or moisture from building up over time or possibly affecting that LED amber strip. Now, it is important to point out here, guys, that these options from Axial are only designed to replace the OE signals on the glass side of your factory mirrors and will not work on trucks that are not equipped with these signals from the factory, so just keep that in mind. Now, if you do have the signals, well then the install will be a simple plug and play job. Now, I do also want to point out here, guys, that if you'd like to smoke the turn signals on the back side of the mirror, basically the side facing the front of the truck, well, we do have sequential LED options also from Axial for around 30 to 40 bucks, which will kind of make for a more consistent pair. But now let's get into the installation as promised earlier, and no cutting, no modification needed. Again, everything is completely plug and play. So because of that, the site's gonna call this pretty soft 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter and 45 minutes at absolute most from start to finish. But now to give you a better idea of just how these guys will get in place, check out this detailed walkthrough provided by an AT customer now.
Very simple tools for this installation. Got a flathead screwdriver, a T20 Torx bit, and then I've got a impact driver to put my bit into, and that's it. All right, so our first step's gonna be just to pop this mirror off so we can get behind there and start working. And to help us see how to do that a little better, I'm just gonna pop this out, and then we'll be able to see what we're doing. Okay, so I'm just going to give it some gentle pressure down here. You can see it already opens up right there. I could use a flathead screwdriver if I wanted to get a little more leverage right here. Just gently pull on that and it's gonna start popping off. All right, so then we've got our mirror here. We're just gonna let that kind of hang down here out of the way like that. And then I've got a T20 bit that I'm going to use to get the 4 screws off. And then that back panel is just gonna pop off like that. We can set that out of the way for right now. Okay, once we have that back panel off, then we're just gonna unplug our wiring harness right here, like that. And then we're gonna press in on this little tab and then push out here. And then our old light is out. It's really simple. Okay, now we're gonna take our new part and come in from the front side here. I'm gonna feed in this wiring harness like so, and then start it coming through right here, and then it's just gonna snap into place, and it's nice and solid right there. So now we just have to reconnect our wiring harness and then get our back piece on. Okay, so this is our original wire, which would have plugged into the factory bulb before. So right now you could just connect these here and you would be set. I have the smoked LED front mounted turn signals as well. So I have this harness which comes off of here. So I'm gonna need to connect this to these two right here to make sure everything is wired up together. So to do that, we're gonna take this harness right here and go into the main wire, and these are situated so that you have two different directions on them, so you just have to line those up, and then they'll snap into place like that. Now I have my splitter coming off here. That's going to go into my new LED for the back side. So again, I'm going to line up those. And just make sure they're seated in there nice and secure, like that. And now I'm going to tuck those wires back behind so that I can get my piece mounted back on here. Make sure everything is tucked away. You can hear it click into place. So now I've got the back piece reconnected and I'm ready to move back around to the front. Okay, so we've got our back piece on again. Just need to add our 4 screws back to secure that in place. Okay, now that we've got our screws back in, we're just gonna line up our tabs here, and then we're gonna pop our mirror back on. You can hear it click into place, and then we'll pop it back in here, and we're ready to go. Okay, you can see it looks really good. It's so much brighter than the old factory bulb, and it's got a nice even light disbursement there. I love it already. So that's one side done. We're gonna move over and do the next side, and then we'll be all done. So I'm gonna start by popping the mirror back just so you can see what we're doing here a little bit better. Again, pressing down on the mirror to give some space at the top there. And then I'm just gonna take my flathead screwdriver, get it back there. Pop the mirror off just like before. Again, we're going to let it kind of hang down here, like so. And then we're going to come in here and take our 4 screws off next. Okay, so we've got our 4 screws off there. Again, just want to pop our back panel off now. All right, there we go. Okay, so again, we're gonna unplug our harness right here and then press on our little tab right here. And then it's gonna come out the front. And we've got the old part right there, ready for our new part. Okay, so I'm gonna take the wire harness, feed it through from the front side, get that all the way through there, and then slide it in here. And then it's just gonna snap into place right there, nice and solid again. So just like on the other side, we're going to wire up to the back piece of the mirror, and then we'll be ready to reassemble from the front. So I'm going to take my cover here. Again, I've got the installed axial LED front turn signal, so I do have power coming from that. If you have just the factory reflector, you're not going to have any power to worry about here. You're just going to plug up to your new turn signal on that side. So I've got my harness here. I'm going to connect there until it clicks. Connect back here. And now I'm ready to pop the back on again. So make sure all my wires stay tucked back behind there. Okay. Then we're gonna move back around and put our screws back in. Okay, so we're just gonna put our 4 screws back in. And now we're ready to pop our mirror back on. So again, you can see the clamps here, and then it's gonna just go right back onto this piece right here. So we just need to line it up. Give it some gentle pressure. Pops back into place there. And then I'm gonna flip our mirror back around here.
So wrapping this one up, guys, if you are on the quest to smoke all of the lighting on your 2004 to 2014 F-150, while also adding some bright and modern LED lighting at the same time, well, you'll want to check out the signal lights here from Axial right here at AmericanTrucks.com.